Welcome to the Outsiders podcast recorded on January the 14th. I'm Gabriel and our guest here, Anna Maria from St. Philip's 8EF classroom. Unfortunately, we could not be in the same recording studio due to COVID-19 regulations. So, yeah, we're producing this remotely from our own homes.
Hi.
Today, we're talking about The Outsiders book, written by S.E. Hinton, and its movie adaptation. So, what do you think of the movie Outsiders?
I enjoyed watching it. However, I think they brushed over way too many details way too quickly.
I see. Let's talk about those details they missed out.
Well, while it wasn't necessarily relevant to the storyline, they completely left out the entire block about Soda Pop's horse, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, in that moment, Ponyboy and Cherry share a moment where Ponyboy talks about his brother's horse and how they took it away. It never really comes up again in the rest of the story, but it really demonstrates how quickly the two were able to form a trusting connection because according to the inner monologue that is narrating the book from Ponyboy's perspective, he's never told anyone about Soda Pop's horse.
Also, in the scene at the hospital where Ponyboy and Derry reunite, I think they made that scene go by way too quickly.
Okay.
No, because like in the book, they make the scene extra dramatic and like super emotional and talking about how Derry had the same look then as when they were at their parents' funeral. But then in the movie, it was like 0.000003 undramatic seconds before they hugged. Like, I understand this movie was made a bajillion years ago, but I think there should have been some more slow mo and like some sappy music in the background or something.
True that it would make it so much better if they add sappy music to make the scene more dramatic than them just running at each other to make a hug, which was kinda lame.
And then, I am aware that there will always be inconsistencies between the books and their movie adaptations. I've seen Harry Potter. But in the book, there is the scene when Ponyboy comes home late and Derry gets way too worked up. And from the way the author described it, I assumed it was just going to be like a slap across the face. But no, in the movie, Derry practically throws Ponyboy across the room and into a table, and I think that's like way too aggressive.
So you think that the scene where Ponyboy gets thrown across the room was bad?
No, I was just saying that it was inaccurate to the book.
Wait, so you're telling me it was good but bad because it was inaccurate?
No, because that scene was the best part of the film, apart from the Johnny scenes, because he's my favorite character. Because it was engaging. I'm just saying it was inaccurate, you know?
I understand what you mean now. Um, what is your opinion on Johnny Cade's death?
Okay, first of all, I think we can all agree that Johnny didn't deserve to die. Homie was way too good to be dead, and so brutally done so, too.
Yeah, I agree that Johnny shouldn't have died, but he died a hero instead of a young, depressed kid, because he went to save those kids in the church, which gave them another chance to live.
Yeah, but even though he saved a few lives for the price of one, it still made me sad. Also, I don't know about you or other people, but I laughed when Dally died.
You laughed?
I don't know why I did though. Guy got shot, right? And then I don't remember what was happening after, but he was trying to move somewhere or something, and he looked as if he was like the Little Mermaid singing "Part of Your World," but he was also wheezing at the same time.
Well, if you put it that way, I see it being funny.
No, cause like I was trying to take the movie seriously, but I couldn't. So while everyone else watching it with me was crying their eyeballs out, there was just me in the back wheezing.
I wonder if anyone around you thought you were weird for laughing during that scene.
First of all, I'm pretty sure you were there, Saw. But yes, afterwards, people were mad at me for being so rude to Johnny and Derry because they thought they were like unugly or something.
I was there, but I was just paying attention to the movie. But to the next question. If you were making this movie today, what changes would you make and why?
Um, First I would change that scene where Ponyboy and Derry reunite because there's if you ask me, it deserves more emotion and screen time than the original movie gave. I'd also make sure the character deaths were given more attention to detail, like not having Dali wheezing, or if he is wheezing, just like not as dramatically. Then I would incorporate more of the book's details into the movie that the original missed, because it was a book with only like 12 chapters, so it wasn't like a Harry Potter or Hobbit book with over 20 chapters. It should be easy to fit everything that happened into 2 hours. What about you? What would you do?
I would add more music to make some scenes better. For example, the scene where Johnny died right in front of Dally and Ponyboy, they could have put emotional music. But what you said, I agree that they should have added those features. And my final question is, what do you like more, the book or the movie?
I mean, the book was well written, and I love the way the story had been orchestrated. It's a good book, and in my own personal experience, it was an emotional roller coaster. However, the movie was pretty good for the time period it was filmed in, but I laughed more in the movie than in the book. That's probably only because I can never take things seriously, but it's okay.
What is your final answer then?
I am torn between the two choices because they each have their own pros and cons. I guess I'm just 50-50.
I see, I see. I guess that's it for the Outsiders podcast.